the stage when I'm about to get it. Like I bust out of this cage when I started winning. Watch the bright lights fade when I'm on them swinging. Plus I'm about to get paid like I'm on a mission. This ain't fight night, baby, this is night night. Yeah, feeling right, knuckles clenched, I got the mic tight. Lay my belt on the bench cause it's in my sights. Yeah, plus I'm coming for your head, Chuck, ice tight. I ain't no stranger to circumstance, don't notice I'm about to dance. I keep my ship tight cause any moment I'm throwing hands. I'm blowing up on your man, KOing him on demand. Fight of the night, bitch, I'll put ice in my corner, man. Coming for you, ain't no weakness. Go down the mission, no secret. Flick of the wrist, no sleepers. Coming for your head.
Hi guys, welcome to another Fordewin MMA interview. Today we have a really special guest. She's one of the most beloved fighters in the circuit today. I'm here with Amanda Ribas, number 10 in the UFC rankings right now. How you doing, Amanda? Good to talk to you.
Hello everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you to invite myself. Thank you and hello.
Hello. Well, this isn't the first time you've been here. The thing is, the first time you were here, you weren't really knowing that you were with me because it was on those open media days. But I don't know if you recall, I sent you the video of our first conversation.
Yeah, true. I didn't see.
Yeah, I was trying to make you speak in Spanish and it was kind of hard, but it was so fun.
No, my Spanish is not good, but I need to learn more.
Well, we're gonna get you hooked up with a teacher in Brazil soon, so you're gonna have a proper sparring partner for Spanish. That's on us, by the way. Well, Amanda, you're coming off of a great fight against Virna Jandiroba, and well, how are you feeling about it since your last performance? Right now that you had some time to let it sit in, how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling a little fat. Look, my cheek.
That's kind of unfair because I have my cheeks like this and you're talking about being fat. That's unfair, Amanda.
When you smile, you smile, my eyes close, because I did this.
Muito gordinha.
Gordinha. But I'm feeling great, but I watched my fight. I saw a lot of details I need to get better. Like in the first round, I need to start with energy. I think I just start my energy in the second round and I can't do this because in the first round, it is when become the fight. So I need to get with the same energy the second round in the first round. But with this, I'm still feeling good too. About that fight, I did my best and it was good.
Yeah, well, it showed. One of the big things coming into this fight was Virna stating that there would be no more nice girl because she understood striking better. We were talking before the interview started with our good friend Jason from MMA Analytics, and he was praising your boxing and judo combo, which is amazing. I'm telling you this because at the start of the first round, we saw glimpses of Virna actually getting to enjoy some striking, right? She put in the pressure. She made several takedown attempts, and she got one off of you. At the end of the first round, you got caught a bit by her hands. How do you feel that affected you between rounds? Was that the punch that you needed to get that energy that you were telling me beforehand?
Yes, I think that punch wake me up. Like, boom, hey, wake up. But yes, I think I was training for the best of Virna, and she showed that in the first round. I was training for her punches. I was training for her underground, and she showed that. But I think in the second round, I find the distance, I find the time of the takedowns, and on the ground too.
Well, by the end of the second round, beginning of the third, you were able to establish your pressure and your striking began to show. You even hurt her with a combination and you jumped to secure the finish, but she weathered the storm. Did you feel close to finish her at some point during the fight?
Yes, I feel it. And I think the kicks on the head and then the stomach, Virna is really strong because in my camp here in Virginia, a lot of girls came here to train with me from another city, another states. And that kick was really hard because a lot of girls feel it. And she feel, but she's still fighting, and she didn't show in her face or in her body or in her punch that he feel it. But yeah, she's strong, and I fought that with the kick on the head.
Well, what was the game plan coming into the fight? Did you expect that adversity in the first round?
I was expected that she wants just to punch me, like do a lot of box, but she did on the ground too. I think maybe in her mind, she don't will feel my punches, and then she will just do box with me. But maybe I surprised her with my boxing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. And then she started to go to on the ground. In my mind, that happened, but maybe in her strategy, she, since the beginning, wants to go with me on the ground.
Well, back in January, you were saying that you wanted to seize the opportunity to explode back in the McGregor-Poirier 2 card. But you came across another Brazilian woman who's on a mission, which is, of course, Marina Rodríguez. How did you process that loss against Marina Rodríguez? And did it give you any additional motivation to work on your game to get closer to the title scene?
For sure. I don't like that taste. The lost taste is not good. And that was good for me because I was, I don't know, I think too accommodated.
Too comfortable.
Was not too comfortable. That is not good for anybody. For me as a fighter, for my sister as a student, if she is being comfortable in something, it's not good. So I think that fight was good for me to know about that. So I'm not comfortable in my training and my diet, and in nothing in my life I'm comfortable. So I learned that with that fight.
Yeah, I love that approach for sure. In that fight with Marina, we saw you having success on the ground. I would love to see you getting a rematch with her in the future. That would be my ideal. But would you like to avenge that loss in the future? Is that something that you personally, as a competitor, have that feeling lingering in the back of your head?
Yes, for sure. I want this in the future, but first I want, I don't know, because I think, look, I don't know if my dad wants me to talk this, but because we talk a lot about strategy and like who will fight with who. Like now, I think Rosie won, and Xiaomi, Wenizan, she lost. I think Marina will fight with her. I think, and then Carla Esparza will fight against Rose. I think, I don't know. So who will fight against me? Maybe Xiaomi. So because I'm asking for her. Because if I don't fight with her, I will stay waiting. If I don't ask, I will wait a lot for a fight because the girls will fight and then a lot of girls will ranking, and I don't like that. I like to be inactive, so I need to ask.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I saw you doing your magic back on Twitter, maybe today, maybe yesterday night, and I saw the call out. I was going to ask you about this later on, but what do you see in Xiaonan that makes you want to fight her? Is it just her current spot in the rankings? Is it just the fact that you want to stay active, or is it a mixture between all those reasons plus a stylistical approach?
I think it's a mix because she is better than me in the rank, and she doesn't have a fight too, like me. And I want to be active because I just did 2 fights in this year. So I think me as a fighter is my profession. I need to fight, so I need to work.
So what would be your ideal time? Like, would you rather go 2 or 3 times a year, or do you think you could go way bigger, like 4 or 5, like Cowboy Cerrone levels of activity back when Cowboy Cerrone was the guy? Remember that time?
Yes, oh my goodness. So for me, I think depends on my weight because I lost a lot of weight. So 115, maybe three times in the year. But 125, I think I can do more.
Yeah, 115.
Like, I don't
It
know.
has to be tough on the body, right?
Yes, I lost a lot of pounds. I need to do my right diet and eat really good and train a lot.
Absolutely. Well, coming back to Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi suits you real well. We saw you in the embedded videos before the fight. Do you feel a little bit at home at Yas Island because you've become some sort of a regular of the Fight Island festivities over the last year or so? So what I want to know is, I know the heat and the pool are always nice for a Brazilian. Can you tell me a bit about all what happens backstage with all the pampering that you guys receive, all the love that the people from the hotel gives you and all that? Do you have a favorite story from that?
I love that place. I love the people there. I love the place that I meet there. And let me see some history behind. The time that I fought was different than the last time. Do you know what I like in the hotel? Like as a fighter,
Right.
I love to walk and is listen the people training at the room. Or do you know that old lady that's still at home looking at the neighbor and listen? I am like that old lady. Yes, I love to
La vieja
listen the
copuchenta.
music. Yeah. Yes, I love to listen the music, listen what they are talking. Ooh, this my neighborhood. No, my neighbor.
My neighbor.
Yeah.
My next door guy.
My
right?
neighbor. Yeah, my next door guy, he's fighting. Ooh, let me see what he's talking with his coach. Let me see what he's talking, I don't know, with his wife.
This sounds
I
like you
love
could
to
get
do
ahead of everybody with the betting on Fight Island. If you go out eavesdropping everywhere, you can get a good card for you in terms of betting because you're going to know all the inside info.
Yes, for sure. I'm not kidding. It's because I love to, I don't know, sometimes I was there in my room and I start to listen somebody screaming or some music. And I was in my door and I look and ooh, this guy's there. I love to do this.
Yeah, I think it's fun times for sure because when you see all the videos, you see people running up the halls, right, in the hotel because it's basically when you guys are there, it becomes a fighting hotel. There's nobody else there but you guys, so it has to be some freaky situations over there. You can hear a lot of things.
You know what is different because all culture, all countries is different. So for me, it's normal eat bread and sweet potato in the breakfast, and for some guys to another countries, they eat rice with I don't know meat in the breakfast. So for me, this is too different. And I don't know, some guys like to training and the lunchtime. And for me, it's different. Some guys, I don't know, it's different. I like to see what the other fighters do in the fight week. It's nice. It's interesting.
Is there any custom that you've seen from somebody else that you're going to add to your own customs?
Let me see.
Because that rice and meat by the breakfast sounds great, but you're going to stay gordinha if you do that, right?
Yes, for sure. Let me see what I learned. I like two things. One thing that I want to introduce to my camp. Like the Russians guy, they all the time is a lot of guys together. That's amazing. They walk there like a team. Like me, if I want to go to the breakfast alone, okay, I will go alone. The Russians guy, they don't go anywhere alone. The breakfast, 10 guys. And waiting, 10 guys, everybody together. Like this for me is really good. Like I think they show how powerful they are.
How tight the team is, right?
Yes, how tight, yes. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I come from I'm a background. I have a background of sports, a team sport as well, and it was really important for me as well to always hang out with my own crew, right? And if we go there, we all go there and we look the part, right? It's not just me, it's me and my guys, right? So yeah, I can totally see what you're getting to. So now it's time to know who are those people that you're gonna get. I hope that you tell me someday, because I really look forward to see what's going to be your posse against the Russians. Like, you sit up in one side of the table against the Russians in the other one. They have Hasbullah in one corner. You can have, I don't know, somebody tiny too. Maybe we can talk to us, the other guy. I don't remember the name. Abdu. I don't remember. But you can teach him Brazilian, and you can go have some fun.
It will be fun.
Did you have a chance to talk to Hasbullah when you were there? Did you have a chance?
No, he was with Minotauro. And Minotauro had said he doesn't like to take pictures with girls because
he's kind of haram, right?
Yes.
It's kind of simple.
And I don't know. Yeah. I'm a little scary of him because imagine if he took some bottle in my head. I don't know. He's crazy.
Did you see him? What did Minotauro say? Because Minotauro is like a king down in the Emirates, right? Like, he's really well known across the scene, and everybody in the Emirates states, they love Minotauro. And when I saw the video of Minotauro greeting Hasbullah and Hasbullah punching him, was like, oh shit, he's just getting real. He's a real gangster. What did he tell you?
Minotauro?
Right. Did he tell you anything about Hasbullah? Like, be careful on his right hand or whatever?
No, he's just saying he's wherever they walk, everybody wants to take picture with Minotauro and with him too. And he doesn't like to take pictures with girls. But I think he's respectful for his part because it's traditional. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, us, we come from a different background, and we think it's funny, but yeah, we still need to acknowledge that he doing that has some sort of religious background and is out of respect.
Yes, it's really respectful. Yeah,
so we're gonna keep it respectful as well. So Hasbullah, if you're watching, no haram here. It's everything is halal. And if you want to say hi to my friend Amanda, please do, because she's halal as well.
Yeah.
I know the bubble can be stressing at times, right? Being there in the Emirates, right? Closed up in your hotel. I know that you're really into funny movies and series. Do you have any recent favorites? Have you discovered any recent movies lately, like in the lockdown in Abu Dhabi?
But this time we are not in all lockdown. We can walk it because I did my vaccine, so it was good. But I watch it. I still with my Master Chef. I like to watch how to cook. Let me see what more. I was watching there is a channel that show a lot of fights and jiu-jitsu competition, and I was watching too. Let me see.
I'm really
Friends.
Sure. Yeah, I was going to ask you about this because I have two questions regarding series. You just mentioned Friends. I know you're a die-hard Friend fan. Would you rather have Friends, or would you rather have How I Met Your Mother? What team are you?
Friends.
Yeah?
Friends. I like Friends. I watch, I think, just 2 episodes of How to Get Your Mother. My brother, he loves, but I like Friends and The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
I like that too.
That's an excellent segment.
Young Sheldon. Yes, I was watching a lot, Young Sheldon.
I was going to ask you about The Big Bang Theory because I'm a huge Big Bang Theory nerd myself. Is every time I don't know what to see, I just go on HBO and I start watching Big Bang Theory, right?
Do you believe I cried in the last episode?
I was going to ask you about the last episode because I know you're a diehard fan. I wanted to ask you 2 things about The Big Bang Theory. I wanted to know, are you satisfied with the ending now that you said that you're crying? I'm pretty sure that the answer is yes.
Yes.
So if you
I was like, Sheldon, you were so cute this time. And we cried a lot.
The thing is, with the Big Bang Theory, at least for me, I know that we all loved the ending and all that. It was really fun and it was really what we could expect. But I'm sure that you're going to agree with me on this. They did Raj wrong. He should have had his own. Yeah, Rajesh Kutrapali should have had his own happy ending.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes. But Rajesh, he's a little...
Yeah, he's a freak.
I don't know. Yes. I don't know. But yeah, do you know what? No, he had a good end too. I forgot the name. That is boss of Story.
Are you talking about what?
He had a girlfriend, no, but in the end he was good. I forgot his name.
Yeah, he was hanging out with a girl named Anu, and they were supposed to marry. And then he realized that
was Raj, right?
Yeah, Rajesh was supposed to do a fixed marriage, and Howard told them that they had nothing in common, so they didn't go through with it. Yeah, but
she asked him to move off
to
the
go away
city.
to London, right? Would you ever move out of your city for love?
For love?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I just moved. I moved one time for another city for judo. Yeah, it's for love.
Yeah, it's for love in a way, right?
Yeah, I think all depends because I work so hard for my dream. Maybe if I change my dream or if my work dream come together with my heart, my love dream, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe a partner who's involved in some way with what you love already. So
yes,
remains to be seen.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend now.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
How's that going? How long ago did you start with that? I know there's a lot of people sobbing quietly right now, like, oh shit, he has a But yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry to break that shit down for you guys, but here's an exclusive. Amanda, take it away.
He is a jiu-jitsu fighter. We are together, I think, 1 year and something.
Oh, it's not that big of a news now, but you sure kept it under wraps. I wasn't aware of that.
Yes,
but yeah.
I don't talk a lot about because I love to talk. Look, really, I like to talk to do interviews, but I think about my feelings. I don't talk too much.
Yeah, it's good to be guarded. It's necessary, of course. Yeah. And because of that respect, I'll keep it just like that. And I wish that you have a happy life with that boyfriend. And I'm sorry for all the guys that right now are kind of brokenhearted. It's not my fault. Ask her, not me. But whatever. Let me take you back to the fight game, Amanda. That's what we do best here. We love to talk about the heart. We love to talk about fun fights and all that. But I'm pretty sure you know this. The UFC has a new light heavyweight champion of the world in Mr. Glover Teixeira. What I wanted to know were your impressions on Glover, of course, and you as a Brazilian fighter. How do you feel about this?
Oh my goodness, was amazing feeling because, like he said, 20 years after his first fight, I think, after in the UFC, and he won the belt was, I don't have words. It was just, I think every Brazilian fighters feel like the champion with him because it was amazing.
Yeah, it does give you hope in a way, right? Like he's a veteran of the sport and like we still have time. Like we're sobbing about the recent loss, whatever, but you see a guy like Glover with 40 or something years old and he's still going strong, and I have nothing but respect for Glover.
For sure.
Well, Amanda, I wanted to know your take on this recent fight against Rose Namajunas, of course, and Zhang Weili, because we had a split decision. We kind of broke it down a few moments ago, but I wanted to get your official take on the fight. How did you see it? Did you see it going for Rose as well?
Yes, for sure. I think she is the champion, and if another fighter wants to take her belt, need to be really better. I think in my opinion. And she did great, and for me, she's still the champion.
Well, I want to get you now thinking about this Saturday. I want you to tell me, who do you like best for this amazing fight that we're gonna see between Max Holloway and Yas Rodríguez. That's a banger waiting to happen for a long time, and I know you're a huge fan of those guys, so I wanted to get your take on that as well.
You know what? It's a hard decision, but I will go with Max Holloway. I will go with him. And you? And you?
I go with Max Holloway as well. I think Yair's a great guy. He's a fucking Mexican ninja. I love him. But the fact is that he hasn't fought since 2019. And Max, during that time, has provided us with such an amazing experience for us as fans, right? He put himself on the line against Cater. He gave us fights to remember while Yair was away. So I rather take Mr. Holloway over Mr. Rodriguez on this one. That's my take.
Me too.
So we're gonna send Amanda off, but before we send her off, I want to know two things. If Amanda Ribas had no involvement whatsoever with combat sports, what do you think Amanda Ribas would be?
Good question. I think maybe psychology. Do you know that psychology?
Yeah, psychologist.
Yeah. Or let me see. That person who tried the food.
Like a nutritionist?
Yes, nutritionist is good. Yes.
I always took you for a dancer. I don't know why. You dance all around, and I was.
Yes, I did dance, but I did dance when I was young. I did a lot of dance. I did competition and everything. But if I didn't was a fighter, I think it only go for a competition of dance. I don't know.
I'll be seeing that, of course. If you weren't a fighter, I'll be seeing you dance all day. You sure know how to move, girl. You sure know how to move. Before we go, I wanted to give you a chance to talk to all the South American fans, all your people back home in Brazil, of course, and everybody who watches Fordewin MMA. If you want to give them a message, if you want to thank them for their support, whatever you want to do, it's your time, girl.
In Portuguese?
Whatever you want to do. If you want to do it in English, Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, if you know it, whatever you want to do.
Gente, obrigada. Muitas gracias por todo o suporte, todo o apoio. Faz muita diferença, às vezes, um coraçãozinho que vocês mandam nas minhas fotos ou nas minhas mensagens. Eu amo, eu adoro. Eu queria agradecer e queria falar para vocês, lembrar vocês que se você tem um sonho e acredita, batalha. Mas batalha muito, que não vai ser fácil. Como o Glover Teixeira mesmo fez, depois de 20 anos batalhando, ele conquistou o cinturão. E eu também, desde que eu me entendo por gente, tô conseguindo conquistar o meu sonho de fazer o meu caminho no UFC. Você também consegue. Se você quer ser o melhor professor do mundo, estuda, dedica, se batalha, para você estar preparado quando a oportunidade chegar. Então é isso. Fiquem com Deus.
Tamo junto, amiga. Tamo junto. I understood everything you just said, but if I wanted to do it myself, no, I won't be able. So one of my goals for next year is trying to learn Portuguese properly. Maybe the next time we talk, I'll do it in Portuguese. Poorly, but I'll try.
I am sure you understand.
Yeah, I understand it quite good, but in terms of talking, that's harder. Yeah, I can fake it because if you know people from the States, you know that if you speak Spanish, you can totally pretend how to speak Portuguese and sound like a Portuguese-speaking guy. Because I have friends in the States that, so you speak Portuguese as well? No, eu não falo nada. Eu solo hago na sentinho, hago sentir na I just bullshit my way around it. I'm not gonna lie. But
we say this in Brazil is embromation.
Embromation.
You talk embromation.
That's the word of the day for me. Embromation. Amanda, I want to thank you so much for taking the time of being here with us at Fordewin MMA. I hope you can come back here before your next fight. And yeah, we had a great time. It's always a pleasure to talk to you because the energy you bring is contagious. And right now, I just want to go have some fun and beat somebody up. So I really thank you for it, man. I really thank you.
Oh my God. I say thank you for you guys to be here talking with me and doing great questions. It's really good.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Amanda. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you back in the octagon hopefully soon.
Ain't got no time to relax, always working, no stop. Leave my soul on the track, bounce your head off the mat. This is one stop shop, got what you need in the back. Coming for the win, no weakness.